Today on the Takedown,
Northbound I-19.
Matt joins the fight along our southern border with the men and women of the U.S. Border Patrol and the elite units that support them.
I'm looking for a Chrysler 300.
Their mission? To stop Mexican cartels from trafficking drugs and immigrants across the Rio Grande. These brave agents and officers build an invisible wall that help keep our borders secure. Patrolling land, air, and water. On the Mexico side, it's an organized cartel superhighway. But the fight is not just on the border. It's on the streets, highways, and backyards.
That's Mexico right there.
For the next 5 days, former UFC champion Matt Hughes will join the Border Patrol Tactical Unit, an elite division created to respond to high-risk incidents requiring specialized skills and tactics. The team will come face-to-face with smugglers along the Rio Grande.
He had no location specific, but he wanted to move as north as possible.
BORTAC agent J.J. Dominguez patrols the river for drug and human trafficking.
Right now we're responding to a call. Certain citizens called in that they saw some subjects running up this road after crossing the river.
The Takedown with Matt Hughes is sponsored by Browning, the best there is. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Zeiss, we make it visible. Arctic Cat, share our passion. Otis Technology, smart gun care. Yeti, built for the wild. The Wildlife Gallery Custom Taxidermy Studio. Cold Steel, anytime, anywhere. And by Browning Hell's Canyon Clothing. See you there. Matt has arrived at the border city.
Just got to Laredo, Texas here. Laredo's set up a little different than other places. This is as close as you can get without passing the border. As you can see, that bridge right there, across that bridge on the other side is Mexico. You would think I'm in a whole separate country. It's all Spanish speaking and it's just quite different. Meeting up with an interpreter because I'm lost down here. I don't speak any Spanish, so be an interesting trip for me. I got a lot to learn down here.
Laredo native Tony Gonzalez has agreed to show Matt around the downtown district, a hub for shops, restaurants, and daily migrants looking for honest pay.
All these people, they're looking for jobs. All of them. They're just waiting for a job.
Every day, thousands of Mexicans cross the border into Laredo legally. Day laborers, employees, and those looking to shop.
I think it's somewhat of an impact to what he's used to seeing, to what he's seeing now.
Polo, which is chicken, crazy. No, chicken. Polo's chicken, chicken something. Desha Brode?
I think he's handling it very well,
You want a El Chapo shirt? No, I don't know. I'm more an earthy color, I don't like black. Maybe if they had it to gray or something.
And this is an everyday life for people out here.
So we're doing a ride along with Border Patrol. What we're going to be doing is trying to find people who aren't doing the right thing, crossing the border in the correct way. So I guess it's good to see the way it's supposed to be done. Now we're going to go out and see the way it's illegally done. You showed me a lot today. So I'm with an organization called Trinity Oaks, where they donate meat out, and they actually gave me some to give away.
The team heads to El Cenizo, a small low-income community located on the river border south of Laredo. The average household income is under $15,000 a year. Because of its proximity to the river, it's a major hotspot for illegal smuggling into the United States.
It's funny, this is the river. That's Mexico. This is the United States. Laredo's 10 miles away. If you walk over here, here's a tube that would be used to transport people or drugs or whatever they else want from that side to this side. So there's another tube right around the corner here.
Before beginning his ride-alongs, the team will distribute 200 pounds of meat to needy families living in this area. The meat was donated by Trinity Oaks, a nonprofit organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of others.
Okay, come on inside.
Thank you. Matt. Maisea? Hello. Matt.
Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. We work for an organization and like to give meat away.
Okay.
So we've got, I don't know how much is here, but it's all frozen. It's in 2-pound containers. So you can have as much as you can put in your freezer.
Okay, thank you.
So, I mean, it's tough living here, raising 8 kids. Well, we're here to help out a little bit. Can I help you put it in the freezer or anything? Hello, sir. What's he say?
No English.
Nice
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
No sé, cada una es de 2 libras. No sé si le podemos regalar algunas 10 libras.
Craziest might sound, but it's been a little tough giving this meat away. We've had a couple heads up on some info on some places that might need the meat. We went there and nobody's answered their door. So we found a church that does a lot. They give packages out to people to eat with fruit and vegetables, and this meat will go in those packages to them, and they'll also keep a little bit for their Bible studies on Thursday night, I believe. So she goes right down the name of the organization, and so we want to pray for you. So that was good. You know, it was kind of an even trade. We're getting a lot of prayer out of, you got 120 pounds of meat or something, so I'll take that. Tony, I want to say thanks. I'm not used to saying this, but I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, I appreciate you giving back to the community.
We do have, we're going to go out and do some predator hunting tonight. We've got some hunting rights here close. If you want to tag along with us, you're more than welcome.
Hey, sounds like fun.
Good deal.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
The team arrives at the hunting grounds. The team will bait the game with a distress call to trigger an instinctual reaction. Suddenly, a young coyote is spotted.
At this place there's rabbits everywhere, which means with rabbits you're going to have predators, and these guys could really thin out a deer population. Where I'm from in Illinois, they say that you could lose 40% of your fawn crop due to coyotes.
This segment is presented by Cold Steel. Former UFC champion Matt Hughes has arrived in Laredo, Texas after a quick visit to the downtown border district.
I guess it's good to see the way it's supposed to be done. Now we're going to go out and see the way it's illegally done.
The team heads to Border Patrol headquarters. Before heading into his initial briefing, Matt greets an eager room of green uniforms. Matt is then escorted to the BORTAC briefing room, where he meets the unit he will be training and riding with during his visit.
All right, Matt, well, welcome to Laredo Sector and the Laredo area. So this is the area of operation. This is Laredo Sector's area of responsibility. Right here is where Laredo is at. And our AOR goes all the way up to Dallas, San Antonio. So it's a very big AOR, 86,673 square miles and 101 counties. Any questions, Matt?
We were at El Cenizo, and there was a park maybe 50 yards from the river. We walked down the river, there was old inner tubes and stuff there. Obviously people would come across the river carrying something with the tubes or something. Is that a safe place? I mean, there was a kids park right there, and I would never let my kid play there, probably that close to the river. I mean, what would you say about that area?
Well, the border is secure in this AOR, and we do have plenty of agents and cameras out there and infrastructure. Nevertheless, you know, that is not the only park out here in Laredo. The city of Laredo promotes a lot of parks on the riverside. It is a beautiful nature out here when it comes to the Rio Grande River. So we ensure that we have infrastructure out there. We have technology to secure those parks and those kids. Our agents are, you might have not seen them in the open, but they're out there hiding. They could be either walking the river or so. We're out there protecting these children.
Introductions are short as the team is on limited time.
For today, from here, we're going to take off to our range on 59. We're going to take you out there. You guys have set up a couple of shooting courses, demonstrate our weapons. And just to let you know, in the event something happens, we get a call out for traffic, you're with us, you're going to roll with us.
Good.
All right.
pretty intense people. I really didn't know it was going to be this intense. I'm excited. I'm excited to be around a good group of guys, big, strong guys that actually do something to better this country.
They mount up and head to the shooting range to begin match training.
What are you doing, guys? I think I know everybody. Matt. Instructor, is this your place? You the instructor here? Yeah. No?
Sometimes.
What do you instruct?
For defensive tactics.
It's my guy.
That's the guy you want to talk to right there.
Matt, welcome to the Border Patrol firing range. To kick things off, we wanted to run you through the actual Border Patrol pistol ball.
I feel like the real thing. Do I smell like the real thing?
You smell like the real thing.
I must be the real thing.
The agents of BORTAC are not to be taken lightly. They are the product of Border Patrol's best. Every year, hundreds of agents train for the chance they may be considered for the elite unit. Match training begins with a qualifying pistol course.
From the hip. From the hip. So you're gonna come up. You're gonna. It's like if you want to punch the target with your gun.
Yeah.
Just here. Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
They're going to take me all through the qualifying. I know pistol and M4, and we'll see. I hope I hope I shoot enough to qualify. I hope I shoot enough to beat some of these guys here. I'm a competitor.
Shooter stand by. Fire.
I love shooting pistols, a little learning stuff. Never shot at a yard and a half before, never shot with my left hand. These guys are really preparing for about any situation, which is the way they should be. When your life's in danger, when you're wearing a vest, you need to be ready for anything.
Well, the top score is a 360, all right?
341. Is that's it? And what's acceptable?
Acceptable is 324.
Okay.
That's the minimum. So you did more than pass. You're pretty much expert. Pretty much expert. Expert 342.
Wow.
Expert 342. So for the first time, not
Do I have to move down here?
Hey, we're hiring.
Actually, I did pretty well. To get qualified, you have to shoot like a 320, and to be expert, you have to have 342. I shot a 341. I feel I never punched a time clock in my life. The greatest joy for me was walking into a gym twice a day with my buddies. I loved it. I mean, no matter what I do, if I'm around good people, it's not work. So you guys are kind of lucky. We switched courses, so we're ready to shoot some M4s now.
After you're done with your 10 rounds from that 10-yard line, you're gonna start moving and shooting all the way up into the 5-yard line.
This shooting will be a little bit different for me. I'm not used to running and gunning. When they put that protective gear on me and I had armor front and back, I kind of felt invincible.
And these were actually, I think, from the 20. So all the rest of them, 10 and below, were right here. A couple from the 10 are right up here.
Very, very cool. I like this. Never were these guys ever going to be relaxed in shooting. They're always going to be under stress. So this is going to add a little stress before you shoot and while you're shooting. And I love it. I think they're right on track with their training. Maybe after everybody else is run, I get to do it again. I'm going to go load my magazine, and maybe I'll get to try this again. I had no idea they were going to pull out that 40 millimeter flare gun. Less lethal. And to be able to fire all, I mean, they say, shoot this, shoot this, shoot this. They really treated me great.
The projectile has rubber balls in it. It also has ES power.
So when I look at this, this has to be delayed. I mean, so I can pull this pin and hold it in my hand for
Correct.
minutes.
Yeah, it will not deploy.
Okay. A little faster now. I didn't think. I love it. I love it. That was a lot more than I thought it was. Guys, I loved it. way from the pistol to the M4 to the 40 millimeter. So I thank you.
Dangerous thunderstorms are approaching in the area.
Got a little bit of a break. It rained. Everybody's happy that I'm here because they say I brought the rain for them.
It's not long before the torrential rains cause havoc on the roadways. Reports of a rolled over bus north of Laredo start to flood the radio traffic. Laredo, Texas. While training with the agents of BORTAC, reports of a rolled over bus north of Laredo come over the radio. The BORTAC unit is dispatched to provide assistance for the first responders.
Basically what's going on right now, there was a bus rollover accident on Highway 83 just north of the Laredo West checkpoint. There's mass casualties involved, unconfirmed on fatalities at this point, but there are limited resources for medical, and so our sister rescue team is being activated to respond to the scene, and we have 2 medics with us right now, so we're all rolling that way to assist.
I don't know what's going to go on down here. I don't like seeing people in stress. I definitely don't like seeing people hurt. I'm hoping there's no kids here that I've got to see hurt. I'm a very protective person, so this will be new for me in this situation. Hopefully I can do something to help the people in charge here. This is number 7 ambulance passing us right now, so this is a bus. I don't know how many are hurt.
The team arrives to find that state troopers have already taken over the scene.
A lot going on up there. No help needed. There's a lot here right now. Kind of saw a lot. Probably won't say much about what I did see up there. There's a lot of cleanup to do. The injuries have all been treated. I think the serious ones have all left. These guys are professionals, and you know, an hour ago we were jacking around on the firing range, playing, and as soon as they got that call, you could just tell everybody got serious. So probably 60 some people on that bus, and there was help needed, and when they got the call, we were flying here.
South Texas is one of the most difficult borders to patrol and protect in the United States. Here, the agents must outsmart smugglers who are experts at evading detection. An everyday task for the agents at Charlie 29, an immigration checkpoint north of Laredo. This unit is responsible for screening thousands of vehicles, both commercial and civilian. It's here a K-9 has alerted agents to a truck suspected to have narcotics.
Matt.
Mr. Hughes, Rene Martinez, how are you doing today?
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Laredo North's checkpoint, otherwise known as Charlie 29.
Charlie, and that's what they said, Charlie 29.
Charlie 29. We are Laredo sector's biggest checkpoint. We average anywhere between 12,000 to 15,000 vehicles per day.
Per day.
As a matter of fact, there's a secondary right now in process, so I'll walk you out there so that we can take a look at that secondary. There's a very good possibility that there's something in there.
The Takedown is sponsored by Browning, Hornady, Zeiss, Arctic Cat, Otis Technology, Yeti Coolers, the Wildlife Gallery, Cold Steel, Hell's Canyon, and these fine sponsors. Matt is on location at an immigration checkpoint north of Laredo.
Checkpoints are strategically located on the egress route from the border, and that is a second layer of enforcement where we can secure the interior and the homeland.
These guys are super busy. They've got dogs working. They're smelling every vehicle that goes by.
A K-9 unit has alerted to a vehicle. The suspected smuggler awaits his fate.
Every vehicle that comes through our checkpoint gets inspected 100%. If there's any immigration violations or if there's any alerts by one of our canines, we refer to this area that we call our secondary area.
This area right here.
Right here. So we scrutinize the immigration inspection, the canine secondary, to find any deficiencies, whether it be immigration violations or anything in that vehicle, such as hidden aliens or narcotics. Case in point right now, that vehicle was referred for a secondary based on a canine alert. We're gonna put it on the lift.
Is that still secondary or is that?
That is still a part of our secondary right now.
Can we walk over there?
Absolutely.
These guys look to be very thorough. They're tapping on stuff, they've got flashlights, they're looking in every crevice, and they're looking for something that shouldn't be there or something that looks different than it should. So it might be a bolt that's not there that should be, or it could be a whole compartment that should not be there. So I'm guessing these guys have been doing this for a long time. Definitely the leader out of those three have seen 1,000 cars probably, so they know what's going to go on and what can be changed in these vehicles.
The dog is hitting on something. We just need to find out what it is.
Did he smell like he was fresh
No,
with anything? Or?
no. In this particular case, the agents and the canine scrutinized the vehicle. They searched it inside and out. They did not find any violations at this time. So the driver and the vehicle were released from our checkpoint.
When I got done with college wrestling, I was coaching college wrestling, still going to school, and I was working for an electrician. I actually had an internship with the Secret Service. I got qualified for the internship, and I kind of had to juggle on what I was going to do. Was I going to stay a wrestling coach and electrician? Was I going to go to the Secret Service, or was I going to take this new sport up, fighting? And I chose the fighting aspect. Going into some type of national law enforcement was something that I was really wanting to do. We spent a couple hours out here with these guys. Very interesting to see how they work. I think we're going to hit a night shift up, so we're going to head on back right now. You know, every boy wants to, at some point in his life, wants to be a policeman. He might be 5, he might be 7, he might be 30, but every guy has that where they want to do that. And today I did it.